Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Vanita Hall, and on this channel I discuss faith, fashion, lifestyle, and beauty. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. So today I'm going to be discussing my move to Dallas. It is 1 year later, y'all. 1 year. I'm going to be updating you on it and just reflecting on the last year. So if you're new here, you don't really know about my move. I moved to Dallas, Texas last year from Pennsylvania, a small town in Pennsylvania. And I moved out here by myself. When I moved here, I didn't have a car, I didn't have a job, I didn't have a place to stay. It was a faith move. I trusted God that He would provide these things, which He did. And now here I am 1 year later, still in Dallas. And I just want to tell you what's been going on. I'm going to reflect over the last year, talk about what's going on right now, and then I'm going to talk about the future. So let's reflect over the last year. And I did, y'all, I had to write down some notes because I was trying to think about the last year, and then I kind of had to break it down into the months to remember what happened. Because it was like, you know how when you look back over a year, it just all seems like one thing smushed together. I was like, no, I want to break this up into pieces. I'm going to group some of the months together, just give y'all a little update of what happened and whatever. April and May was just that trying to get the car, get the job, get the apartment. It was just like I was kind of scrambling to get everything together. So then June, July, and August were more so of the getting acclimated to everything, getting acclimated to living in the city, getting acclimated to my new job. And June and July were actually when I had my first visitors. Dodge came to see me in June, first visitor, shout out to her. And then Aubrey came to see me in July. So it was very good to have people from home come down. Those are actually both college friends. So thank you guys for coming. September, I don't know how many of y'all know this, but September is a birthday month. So September was by far my favorite month down here because that was the month that actually I went on a trip to Atlanta for work. Then I had two visitors, Kayla and Dodge. That was Dodge's second time and Kayla's first time down here. And it was really great because I don't know when my birthday was. I don't know if it was a Wednesday or something of that nature. But I know I celebrated my birthday the first weekend and the second weekend. So it was really good. Kayla was down here the first weekend. Dodge was down here the second weekend. I had a great time with both. And then that was actually in September was my first trip home. Actually, it's been my only trip home. I've been here a year and I've only been home one time. So that was my first trip home in September. So that was good. So September was just, it was travel. It was having fun with the people traveling down here. It was just a good month. October actually honestly was a blur, but I do know something significant that happened. My nephew was born in October and he's back at home. Obviously, everybody's back at home. But y'all, it was sad because I'm like, I still actually haven't met nephew. Like, I can't believe I still haven't met him, but I'm going to meet him very soon. But that he was born, and that was like a moment where I became an aunt again. And this is my first nephew. I have a niece, but so that was exciting, and I was excited for my brother. So in November through January. Now, this is where we're going to get to nitty gritty. November through January were the absolute hardest months down here. Because first of all, my job decided to send me to Austin, Texas. And there's locations in Austin. I had to work at one of those, y'all. I feel like I was bamboozled, but call it what you may. I went there and it was a time. It was a time. And then not only just that, but then it was like the holidays, when you are here by yourself, that's when it really hits that like I'm here by myself. Nobody else is here. And I had to work on the holidays, like on the actual days. I had to work on Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. So it was a matter of actually, and on New Year's, I mean, like I worked as the year changed. Like I was at work at midnight. Yes, I was. So it really hit me that I was here by myself because I really started to miss my family. But I remember on Thanksgiving didn't hit as hard because on Thanksgiving, I got to spend Thanksgiving with Ileana and her family. And that was really a blessing because I met Illy in college, and Illy actually lived at that time. She lived in Austin. Her family lived there, so that was good. And it was great being around a family, and they were just, I mean, they were so welcoming. Me and Illy, I think we went out the day before I met her family. Like, it was cool. It was nice. So that was a nice time. But then I had to I was late to work because I stayed and I had a little bit of dinner with them. We went around saying what we were thankful for. It was really great. So then I went to work. But then Christmas was, I think, the one that hit the hardest because I literally had no one. And then I was supposed to go to somebody I met at work's Christmas celebration. I didn't end up going because I was so tired, y'all. So I just was sad, like, oh my God, I miss my family. And one thing I'm used to, Christmas is one of the, like, I'm used to working on Thanksgiving and things, but Christmas is the one holiday that I'm used to always having off because I had worked at Walmart. And at Walmart, that's the one day they close. So I was so used to having that off, and then, I had to work. So it was sad. It really made me miss the people that I love and care for. And the holidays are the time you think about things like that. So that was hard. And then just being in Austin, like Austin, it was like, there was pros and cons because I did like being in Austin. Like I liked the food. I liked when I would go out and things. But then I was on a weird schedule. Like I worked 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. So it was a really hard adjustment for me because right now I work, well, we'll get into that. So, but I'm used to working in the morning. So it was a very hard adjustment. But when that was all finally over and I came back to Dallas, because I was down there for 2 months, I was excited to be back in Dallas. I'll tell you that. February and March, the job that I have is a job in management. I'm not going to say where I work, but I'm just going to say it's a job in management. And I have been a training and all this. It was like training and blah de blah for all these months, whatever. I was waiting on a location to open up that I could have and be the manager. So then at the end of January, I finally got the location I was going to be at. So then it was like February and March. It was just a matter of me getting acclimated to that. I was working a lot just because I took over the store and I was just trying to get it the way I wanted it to be, whatever. Just being a little bit of a workaholic. And then here comes April. And y'all, I've been looking forward to April because April is when I get to go on my vacation. And this is my first, well, it's not my first vacation because I went on that one in September. That one was spur of the moment. Like I just like, I'm leaving. But this was my first, like, this is legitimate. We planned these dates out, blah, blah, blah. And I decided to go nowhere. That's a regret of mine. I say no regrets, but that is one regret that I do have. But it was a staycation because I was like, I just need a break. I just need to relax, whatever. So that finally came about, and I stayed in the town, and this is when Corona started happening. Well, when Corona started to become a thing. So next thing you know, I wasn't able to do as much as I would have liked to do on that vacation because things were shutting down. There was no access to certain things. I'm like, what? Vacation is getting ruined. But I was happy to be able to be home, relax, whatever. So then I finally go back to work, y'all. I don't think I was at work a week and a half, and they decided to furlough me. So I'm just like, ugh. And then at first I was annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, really? Y'all are furloughing me? Like, this furlough was a bit, I'm not gonna lie, furlough will humble you because you're like, oh, maybe I'm not as indispensable as I think. So they furloughed me, and that's where I'm at now. Right now I am furloughed. And y'all, at first I was like, I didn't know how to feel about the furlough because at first I was just like, when you get so tied up in something, it's hard not to do it. So I got tied up in work, and I was used to working 6 days on, 2 days off, being at work so much, and now all that was just stripped away. But I will say that this furlough has been a blessing in disguise because I needed time to just, yeah, I had that little staycation, but that was not enough. I needed time to be able to, have time to be able to talk to you guys. I need to have time to read. I need to have time to, there's just so many things I need to have time to do, and now I have, so like, I feel like I have unlimited time at this point, and I'm happy for it. I really am, because it's been great. And then I'm not gonna lie, there's one thing that has, like, this whole year there's times when I do struggle with one thing, and that's loneliness, because it gets lonely living here alone, especially during this furlough, because it's like, it's just me in this apartment, and we're not really supposed to be going out, and we're not supposed to be doing too many things. Like, yeah, you can go get groceries, you can go do this, but I found myself going on walks because I need fresh air. I can't just be cooped up in here. But it's just so many different things, and it's been interesting. Like, it's really been interesting, and I like it. And oh yeah, y'all, I've been trying out new recipes. Like, I've been finding ways to entertain myself, and I just feel so at peace. I really do feel at peace. Another thing I want to say about this furlough is I feel that when I got furloughed, I find myself in the exact same position I was in a year ago. And that's another reason I want to make this video, because I think it's funny how right now, this is how I kind of felt when I first got here. Like, I was scrambling to get things done, but I had so much time to do what I wanted to do then. Yeah, I had to find all that stuff, but it was free day every day because I didn't have a job. So here I am again, and like, on the exact day that it was a year later, I was furloughed, and I was like, that's so funny how I would have probably just skipped right through the day and not even realized. But since I was furloughed, I had more time to think about things. I was like, wow, just a year ago, I almost feel like I'm in the exact same spot I was in a year ago, but I'm not. Obviously, I have the apartment, I have the car, and I technically have a job. I don't know how that really works, because they could easily say, you know what, we're just gonna let you go. But regardless, I am in the same spot, and I realized that not only am I in the same spot, but this is another faith time. This is another time when I have to have faith in God. Like, yes, there's times when we should have faith in God every day, but there's sometimes we have to have more faith than others because all the uncertainty. And it was crazy to me. That's why I was like, I'm going to make this a faith move for sure, because I believe that this is another faith move. This is another thing that I'm believing in God for. Like, I'm believing that God will provide, as he already has, but I'm also believing that God will put me where he wants me to be, because maybe I should go back to my job, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm believing in God for direction. I'm believing in him to guide. And I just thought it was so crazy how here I am yet again talk about faith move and just all the things that God is doing in my life. And I really do, I want to say this publicly, I thank God for the last year. The last year I've learned so much about myself. I'm happy I moved down here, and I'm just telling y'all, it has been good. It has been great. And there's been highs, there's been ups, and there's been downs. I will never be somebody to get on the internet and be like, oh, every day is peaches and sunshine. Every day is not peaches and sunshine, but it has been good overall. I did discuss some things that, you know, were on my heart to discuss. Moving forward, I just feel like this time away has really given me a greater appreciation for the things I love to do. And I think moving forward, I want to do more of the things I love to do and incorporate these things into everyday life. I don't want it to just be like, oh, I get back to work and I stop reading, I stop writing, I stop doing things that I love to do, you know? So I want to make sure I incorporate those into the daily life. I want to continue to grow closer to God. I feel like this move has strengthened my relationship with him, but I also feel like this time right now has made me grow closer to him. I want to make Dallas home. And I think I've said this before, but just certain things that I want to do that make me feel more at home here, because it's like the longer I'm here, the more I'm like, okay, I need to make this feel like home. I have to get my phone out because I have some questions. I said I would answer questions in this video, so we're gonna go ahead and answer these. And I don't know if I said these questions were gonna be anonymous or not, but guess what? They're not, because it's funny to me. I asked for questions on my Instagram story. I don't know how many people watched it. Enough people watched it, but I only got 2 questions. And the 2 questions I got are from Kayla and Dodge. And y'all, these are my girls, ride or die. I love them to death. And I just want to say, I want to shout them both out because they just, like, they're so supportive, and they literally just sent the questions just to be supportive. You know what I mean? They already know the answers to these questions, but they sent them in, and I'm not going to just disregard them or anything, because I wanted questions and here they are. So I'm going to answer both their questions. Thank you, Kayla and Dodge. I know you guys are going to watch this, and I do appreciate everything. I appreciate all the shares. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the retweets. Y'all, I see y'all. I support y'all too, and I thank you so much for the support. Publicly, I'm going to announce that. So here we go. The question. I'm going to say which one sent which question. Dodge said, what was the scariest thing about moving? And it's funny because the scariest thing for me personally about moving was probably something just so petty and stupid. And now I look back at it and laugh. The thing I was most scared about moving down here was driving in the city. I hate city driving, and I was just like, I'm so scared, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was, and I think I even had told her this before, how I was just nervous. She was like, you just take your time, like, it's nothing crazy, whatever. That was my biggest fear, moving down here. And now that I have my car down here and I drive around, it's really no big deal at all. And I don't know, I feel like there's different kinds of city driving, because I don't feel like this is really bad city driving. Yeah, there's traffic, a lot of traffic sometimes, but even the way my schedule's lined up, I'm usually not stuck in the traffic. I'm usually like, I usually get off before the traffic begins, or I'm going before it starts, like going to work before it starts. So driving down here, it really wasn't a big issue. It's funny how we're be so scared of something, and then like once you confront your fear, you're like, oh, that wasn't so big after all. And then let's see what Kayla had to say. Okay, so Kayla Kayla is my girl. She's messy though, y'all. She's messy. Kayla is messy, and it's making me laugh. She gonna say, any love interest during the move? Now, y'all, I'm gonna be completely honest. Love is a strong word. So were there any love interest during the move? No. But were there men involved? Like, did I talk to people down here or whatever? Yes. I mean, came down here to visit multiple times. I'm sure you guys already know that. But being completely transparent and honest, yes, there were men involved, people that I was interested in. Do I still speak to any of them? No. But I answered the question honestly, and thank you, Kayla, for helping me to be a little bit more transparent on this channel. The title of this series is, of course, Faith Move. So I just want to ask you guys, what's one thing you've been wanting to do, and why haven't you done it yet? Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate everyone who takes a little bit of time to watch little old me. So I just want to encourage each and every one of you guys that no matter how much uncertainty you face or how you're feeling right now, we serve a God that sits high and looks low. And I pray that he will wrap his arms around you in this time and comfort you, provide for you, whatever else you need from him. I pray that he knows your needs and that he will provide those. But also I pray that you will grow closer to God. There's so much, it's just like a pause. And it's a chance really for you to spend time with him, get to know him. However you need to build a relationship with him, you know, not I, but it's a time for that. So I thank you guys so much for watching. I encourage each and every one of you, this too shall pass. No matter what your beliefs are, I do believe that this too shall pass. And I believe that this is a time that we will never forget. So make the most of it, and whatever that means for you, just make sure that you make the most of it, that you cherish life itself, because it can be gone in the blink of an eye. Thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you. Toodles!